All right. That's quite exciting, just that silence falling. Excellent. Is everyone ready to start? So hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to the Royal College of Veterinary Surgeons Fellowship Day 2025. It's wonderful to see so many familiar faces and so many new ones gathered here today. Fellowship Day is one of the highlights of our professional calendar, a day to celebrate achievement, share ideas, and reflect on the incredible work being done across our profession. At the heart of today's celebration are 52 brand new RCVS Fellows, colleagues whose dedication, excellence, and impact have earned them this prestigious recognition. So today we celebrate 31 Fellows for outstanding contributions to clinical practice, 18 Fellows for outstanding contribution to the profession, 2 Fellows for outstanding contributions to veterinary knowledge, and 1 Fellow who has earned this honour through the distinguished thesis route. So each of them has set the standard for our profession, and today that recognition becomes personal. And I know this isn't the most traditional quote for an academic celebration, but as those renowned erudite philosophers AC/DC once put it, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. So you've all made that long journey, and today you're the headline act. So today I'd also like to welcome 2 new members to the Fellowship Board. Professor Christiane Glossop, FRCVS, former Chief Veterinary Officer for Wales, for joining our Science Advisory Panel, and Dr. Susan Hawthorne, Senior Lecturer in Pharmaceutical Bioscience at Ulster University, is joining as our new lay member. And we're thrilled to have you both on board and look forward to working with you in the years ahead. So we have a full and fascinating itinerary ahead of us today. Our keynote speaker, Emeritus Professor Matthew Bayliss, will share his world-leading work in One Health, exploring the links between climate change, human and animal health, and vector-borne disease. You'll also have had the chance to join one of 2 interactive workshops. Workshop 1, Immediate Care, Lasting Legacy, will explore how fellows are shaping the front line of animal emergency response, and it's led by Jim Green and Neil Ray, and chaired by Adam Mugford, a fantastic team with incredible real-world experience to share. And Workshop 2, Contagion and Control, explores the vital veterinary role in surveillance and disease response. It's chaired by our new Fellowship Science Advisory Panel member, Christiane Glossop, and promises to spark some fascinating discussions. And both sessions promise lively discussion, so please get involved, challenge, ask questions, and share your experiences. Now, one of my favourite parts of Fellowship Day is the Fellows of the Future competition. This is where we celebrate the next generation of veterinary researchers, undergraduates, and vets in the early stages of their career who've carried out original research of outstanding quality. Their work has been carefully reviewed by 3 of our own fellows, Rachel Dean, Pam Mosdale, and Georgios Economou, and I'd like to thank them for the care and expertise they brought to the judging process. The authors of the top 3 entries will present their research this afternoon, and you'll have the opportunity to ask them questions. Now that will be from the panel, we'll be asking them questions. Our judging panel will then choose the overall winner and 2 runners-up. Posters from the next 10 top entries will also be on display, so please take a moment to look at them in the breaks and chat to the presenters. Now, as a part-time university portfolio assessor myself, I'm amazed by the quality of undergraduate research. Mentorship from fellows helps create a cycle where today's learners become tomorrow's mentors. The poet and philosopher Khalil Gibran captured it perfectly. You may house their bodies, but not their souls, for their souls dwell in the house of tomorrow. And that's exactly what we're doing here, building that house together. So fellowship isn't just an honour, it's active, ongoing work. And this year that work has been truly inspiring. Our fellows have collaborated with the British Animal Rescue and Trauma Association, BARTA, to adapt responder guidance for small animals, worked with the National Fire Chiefs Council to collect better data on house fires involving animals, and supported the RCVS Policy and Public Affairs team in forming potential updates to the Veterinary Surgeons Act. This is fellowship in action, practical, collaborative, and deeply impactful. So, thank you to all the fellows and the RCVS staff who make this possible. Now, I'd like to turn to something also close to my heart, namely diversity in our fellowship. We've made progress, but there's still more to do. And when I talk to colleagues about applying for fellowship, I do say, obviously, I've got nothing to do with the actual assessing process, but I do like to encourage people to apply for fellowship. I mean, some are immediately confident, and they might say, yes, well, I'll give it a go. But do you know, so many hesitate and say things like, I'm not sure I'm ready, or I'm not really sure that I'd be suitable for something like that. And yet, from where I'm standing, these are often people doing exceptional, impactful work, exactly the kind of people who should be fellows. So let me be clear, fellowship is for everyone who strives to advance our profession, regardless of background, gender, ethnicity, specialism, or career stage. This is also true across different areas of veterinary practice. When we look at the current fellowship directory, some fields are underrepresented. For example, pig, poultry and sheep health and production, applied animal welfare science outside of companion animals, aquatic species health and production medicine, and emerging areas like digital health or climate resilience. These aren't gaps because the work isn't important. They are opportunities. Fellowship thrives when it reflects the full breadth of our profession. We particularly welcome applications from colleagues working in less traditional areas and emerging fields. And it's up to all of us to support our peers, especially those who may not see their own potential yet. Leadership doesn't always announce itself. Sometimes it just needs a nudge from a colleague who believes in you. And I was thinking about whether the word fellow might make some people hesitate. So I did actually, I don't do it very often, but I did ask ChatGPT for some more modern or inclusive alternatives. And because obviously when faced with a revered academic tradition, the first thing you do is ask a chatbot. So the responses were, well, kind of creative to say the least. I mean, suggestions were like esteemed member, pathfinder, guild scholar, and one I quite liked, actually, Artemis. Well, I'm not sure any of those will be catching on anytime soon. I did like the sentiment behind Artemis, which means strong, forward-looking, and full of purpose. So perhaps the answer isn't to change the word at all. Perhaps it's to change what people see when they hear it, to make sure that anyone from any background or specialism feels that the word fellow could belong to them. Because fellowship isn't a label, it's a community of people who lift each other up and push the profession forward. When I was welcomed into the fellowship in 2022, it was one of the highlights of my career. And today, as chair of the fellowship board, I'm deeply honoured to be here with all of you. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank the wider board for their brilliant work and continued dedication to the fellowship. Today is all about connection, collaboration and celebration. So please take the opportunity to talk to someone new. You never know what might come from a conversation over coffee. And because the fellowship isn't just a title, it's a living, breathing community dedicated to advancing our profession together. So thank you and enjoy your day. So it's time to get the proceedings officially underway, starting with formally welcoming our new fellows. Could all our 2025 fellows now please leave their seats and line up ready to receive your scrolls?